The River Murray, swollen at Berry, and on the banks the Premier promised a financial lifeline for those about to feel the full force of the flood headed South Australia's way.
A $51.6 million package to support Riverland communities and the challenges that we have in front of us.
Cabinet ministers, the police commissioner and the local MP on hand to unveil the plan, which includes cash handouts, hardship payments jointly funded by the state and federal governments of $400 for individuals or $1,000 for families will be available. Uninsured families can get up to $5,000 if they're displaced and don't have alternative accommodation. The state will give business owners up to $20,000 if they're forced to close because of the flood, and there will be grants to buy generators capped at $500 for homeowners and $4,000 for businesses if power is disconnected.
We're not sure exactly how many businesses will qualify for this, but we're allowing for it to be into the hundreds and similar numbers for households who may be impacted by the rising floodwaters as well.
There'll be more money for preparation and recovery, $50,000 grants for private levy works, on top of $9.3 million already allocated to council structures. For irrigators, $3 million has been set aside to relocate or re-establish pump infrastructure. $10 million is on hand to rebuild road and ferry infrastructure. Former police officer Alex Zimmerman will lead the local response and recovery effort.
Understanding the complexity of this recovery is that the river stretches for, I think, just under 900 kilometres from the state border to the mouth.
Once the water starts to receive, a $4.1 million tourism campaign will be launched, including vouchers like the Book Me Out program, which followed the bushfires nearly 3 years ago.
5,000 of them, $200 a piece, and 3 separate rounds.
But uncertainty remains just how high the water will rise. Currently 116 gigalitres a day are flowing across the border and into the river system. But here in Berry, Council are taking no chances. It's preparing its defences for up to 250 gigalitres a day.
2 Sydney harbours go past this point here every couple of days.
The next update on flows will come on Thursday.
Contemplating the prospect of going well north of 200 gigalitres.
Tomorrow, the Waikerie ferry will be shut so it can be moved to higher ground. Shari Hams, ABC News, Berry.
Further along the River Murray in Mannum, locals have been working to protect their town. Reporter Ethan Ricks joins me now. Ethan, how are locals feeling?
Well, Jess, there is a growing level of concern here in Mannum as people start to realise just how high the floodwaters will get. We're standing on what will be the riverside of a new levee bank set to run straight through the main business strip of town, essentially cutting off some homes and businesses. It's a measure which hasn't been seen since the floods of 1975, and that indication of just how high the water will get is starting to make some people feel anxious.
Looks like our shop could be inundated, so we're preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. A bit disappointing that they couldn't come up with a better idea in 50 years to basically do the same thing as they did in 1975.
No power, and then of course homes wrecked, so this is hell. This is hell on earth.
It's going to be maybe a bit longer than what they think it is, so I'm shifting my shop up to higher ground.
Construction of the new levee is already underway, but you only need to catch a ferry to the other side of the river to see that nothing will stop the water from hitting their homes. They're part of the 3,500 to 4,000 homes that cannot be saved from being inundated with water.